Hey guys, I've traveled halfway across the world to Turkey on flights, trains, taxis, just to get to these tiny houses to showcase to you the tiny house movement here in Turkey, and I cannot wait to show you around. So let's go check it out. So welcome to the inside of this beautiful tiny house out here in the countryside in Turkey, just a few hours outside of Istanbul. I am so happy to be here finally after a very long day of travel from Istanbul. So I had spent a couple days in Istanbul exploring the city, but I wanted to come out and showcase some tiny houses in this booming region of tiny houses in Turkey. So I had to take a metro, 30 stops on the metro, which took about an hour and 15 minutes, and then switch lines and get on a fast train. It took another hour and a half to get to the town of Sapanca. And then once I got to Sapanca, I stayed in a tiny house last night, which I shot a tour of that you guys already saw probably. And then yesterday I took a taxi from that tiny house to this really small suburb about 20 minutes outside of Sapanca. And the taxi driver didn't even know where this place was. We couldn't find it on the map because all of the streets here are completely new to Google Maps, apparently. They don't even show up on the map. So I ended up just telling him to drop me off at a cafe so I could do a little bit of work, and then I ended up walking here. But we finally made it here, so I'm super excited to be showcasing this space to you guys. Without further ado, let's show you around this tiny house. So when you first arrive to this tiny house, you'll notice that it has its very own private space and its own garden outside. So on the right-hand side of the yard, we have this fire pit and 2 chairs to hang out. And we also have a hammock over there and a barbecue grill. In the center, right in front of the house, we have a nice deck and a table for 2. You can have your meals out there or your coffee in the morning. I decided to make some Turkish tea yesterday, so I've definitely had more of a cozy stay inside, but at least when it stopped raining for a bit, I got the chance to have some tea outside. But when you walk up to the house, I think the very first thing that you'll notice is the amount of windows and how cool the windows are. The first one that caught my eye is that circle window on the left-hand side of the tiny house. It's beautiful. It even has the little lines running through the windows that make it kind of look like a wheel, but super cool. When you walk in, the first thing that you'll notice is the kitchen right in front of you. Now this is a linear kitchen design and it's pretty simple in the appliances that they have, but still more than enough to be able to cook all of your meals here and really not feel like you have to even leave the house. On the right hand side, we have a 2-burner induction cooktop with a nice vent above that with some light. Right next to that, we have our Turkish tea setup, which I explained in the last video a little bit, but basically it's this pretty simple concept of a kettle on the bottom, and then instead of that traditional lid where you just close the kettle, you actually have a second tea kettle that sits right on top of that. And so what you basically do is you fill up the bottom kettle with water and then you start boiling that. And then once the water boils, you're going to put your tea inside of that top tea kettle and then fill it with some of that boiling water. And then you're gonna let that sit for about 15 to 20 minutes to brew the tea. These particular kettle designs actually stay on. So basically what it does is it keeps that tea really hot because of that steam that's coming up from the boiling water. And so what Turkish people do is they leave this on for hours, and that basically allows you to have tea throughout the entire day, which is precisely what they do. They drink tea in the morning, in the middle of the day, and they love having tea after dinner. So moving on to the rest of the kitchen, we have plenty of countertop space to prep meals, to make your Turkish tea or have some coffee. We also have a French press available and some ground coffee, unfortunately. We have a farmhouse sink in the middle, plenty of cabinetry below, housing all of your pots, pans, plates, utensils, a trash can, pretty much anything that you'll need during your stay here to cook, prep meals, have some coffee or tea. You're definitely gonna have access to that here. So I wouldn't worry about being a little bit further away from town, and you can order food here and the host should definitely help you with that. We also have a small retro fridge, which I'm always a huge fan of. And that's pretty much it here in the kitchen. Moving on to that side of the house, we have the living room, we have this super cute and very, very cozy love seat, which is great for napping. It's super wide and it is so comfortable. On the opposite side, we have a single chair, which sits right next to that circular window, which is just a great spot if you want to read a book, have some tea, or just sit and enjoy looking outside the window. And then right above the couch, we actually have a projector and a screen that comes down. So instead of having that traditional TV, you have a massive, massive screen to watch your favorite Netflix shows and movies, or you can stream some Turkish TV if you want to try it out. And then across from the kitchen, we have this dining nook for 2 people. We have these 2 stools, and the window can actually be pulled up if you want to have a little bit more of indoor-outdoor flow. There's actually an identical bench top on the other side. So if you theoretically had some guests or you had more people staying here, then you could pull up some 2 chairs on the other side, and then you would have dining space for 4 people. And then last but not least, on the ground floor, we have the beautiful bathroom, which is one of the nicest bathrooms I've seen in a tiny house. On the right-hand side, we have a flushing toilet and the hot water heater. In the middle, we have a nice large vanity, so you can store some things in there as well. And then an overmount sink with the gold fixtures throughout. I love the gold fixtures throughout the house. It's definitely one of my favorite things, and it works really well with the green and the wood accents. We have the highlight of the bathroom, the shower. We have this beautiful green hexagon tile all throughout the walls. And then on the bottom, throughout the bathroom, we have this white hexagon tile. Just a really nice contrast with the white and the green, and then the gold fixtures. We have a nice big rain shower head, which just gives you a really nice shower experience. And then lastly, we have the bedroom loft. So we take this wooden ladder up to the loft, and we have a nice cozy space up there. The loft right in the center is almost standing height. It's standing height for me, but probably not for most of you guys. But once you walk towards the sides, it's not standing height anymore, but it's still super comfy up there. I will say that it got a little bit warmer up there because the ceilings are quite high here. They're probably 14 or 15 feet high all the way up to the top of it. So this tiny house is on a foundation. It is not on a trailer. So there's no regulations whatsoever on how high this thing can or can't be. There might be some regulations with the city zoning laws locally, but there's no like road regulations governing how tall this thing can be. So you get a couple extra feet up there, which is why you also get quite a large clearance in the living room as opposed to like a traditional tiny house on wheels. And that is pretty much it inside this beautiful tiny house. All right, guys, so that is it. That is a tour of this beautiful little tiny house here in Turkey, a couple hours outside of Istanbul. Like the other tiny house, it was quite a journey to get here. Now, whether or not I actually think it's worth it to travel all the way here to visit these tiny houses is just going to depend on your circumstances. Of course, for me, I'm doing this for work to be able to showcase these spaces to you guys, but I get to enjoy the experience of traveling kind of off the beaten path. So I definitely think it's worth it, but at least maybe through these videos, you guys get to see a little bit about what these places are like and maybe get some inspiration from some Turkish design. I'm sure they've gotten a lot of inspiration from other places as well, but it's super cool to be able to travel to a foreign country and see the tiny house movement very prevalent, especially in an area like this. I even got to meet the owners of the property yesterday, this nice gentleman. He's retired, so he spent a lot of time here building this property up and got a lot of inspiration and motivation to build this from his kids who are kind of spread out around the world in Canada and Germany. But it was really nice to meet him and talk about how he built this place. And they actually just built an identical tiny house right next door, which is why maybe in some shots you saw that it looks like there's 2 houses connected together, but there's actually a breezeway in between them. And they even have an A-frame house in the back. There's a lot of tiny house developments sprouting up specifically in this area of Turkey in Sapanca, but also in other areas of Turkey outside of Istanbul and other cities as well. So it's really exciting to be able to travel here and just get a glimpse of it. I'll definitely have to plan a much longer trip at some point in the future to spend some time out here, meet some of the builders, and showcase more spaces for you guys. So that is it for the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, as always guys, I would greatly appreciate it if you left this video a thumbs up down below and considered subscribing to the channel so that we can continue connecting with people who would be interested in these tiny house tours, especially these tiny house tours overseas, which is super, super exciting for me to be able to film and showcase to you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weeks, and I will see you in the next one.